Good afternoon, everyone. Let me switch on my cam so that we all see. Thank you, Chokwe, for organizing this event. It's a very, very wonderful thing. And God will continue to strengthen you to come up with more ideas on how our people can integrate fully. A quick one. There's that thing. Oh, okay. The whole executive. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for the correction. Thank you for the correction. Okay. Thank you very much for the correction. Thank you to the whole executive members. One of the most important thing that I think when you are transitioning from your country to another place, number one important thing, the people you meet will make or break you. That is just one thing. If you come up to meet people who are just there for fun, forget about anything about home, man, my brother, that's downfall. But when you come, the people you meet on ground, they will really determine who you are and then they can shape your future. That is the number one thing. Yes. In my own case, I had a secondary school mate. We were like 8 or 9 in numbers. I think I was the third person who came through him. He put us through everything we need to know. His name is Shola Ogundikbe. Put us everything we need to know. And I will tell you for fact, when I came in straight away, I started working. Yes, it might be minor job, but it was paying the bills. It was paying the bills then. So from there, transitioning to what I like, I came in as a chef, but I never liked it anyway. And then back in Nigeria, I was an engineer. So you can see the difference. But then what I'm doing presently right now, I remember that I volunteered in a place as a youth worker and I liked everything about youth work. So I decided to go to school and then study anything that has to do with being a youth worker. That is on my own part. Yeah, cultural differences. That's another big thing. It's a good thing now that we are keeping a close community, trying to, embed our culture in our children. Back then, it was really tough. It was just 2 or 3 people. You barely know anybody. And those who we meet, some of them were never good role models to us. The advice they were giving to us was like, Mr. Man, this is the way we do it back then in terms of, just get married to a thing, and then everything will be sorted out. But some of us now came to and said, why should it be so? Why? Of course, I'm married to a Finn. I never had any relationship back in Nigeria back then. I did, but it never materialized to us this long. And I got married to my beautiful wife. Yeah, the truth of the matter. Met a wonderful woman, still together till date. But the biggest thing, the cultural challenge that you face, don't take it as an insult. Things like to keep to themselves a lot. So I think 1 or 2 of us, we've been learning this a lot. Things that we find so things that we see that is very normal to us in our own society, they might regard it as abnormal here in this society. Don't see it as an insult. You just need to adjust. But I'm not saying you should drop your culture. Please don't do that. Embrace your culture. That's your identity. That's who you are. But when you get to a place and you see their reactions to sometimes the way you act over things, please don't see it as an insult. Just try to adjust. That is all I can say for now. Thank you very much.
Oh, oh, okay. Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, thanks for this opportunity being given to us. My name is Teslim. I just want to share a quick one about my. Oh, sorry, I'm at work, but okay. I'm a bit shy, but I think I'll manage it like that. So I just want to share my own my just little journey to Finland. Like the day I got to Finland, like even the day I got to Finland, I don't know where I am. I was just like, okay, is this the abroad? Okay. Then the next day, I keep asking myself that how do I navigate this country because I only came with maybe 200 euros. Then I use like 150 euros for my documents, my everything. Then I have like 20 or 30 euros left with the hope of I don't even have the hope of paying the next rent of the next month. Then I keep asking myself that how do I meet up my bills here? Then I keep to there's my brother that used to take me out to vote, but I was not the one running the business. Then the next day I saw him making money. Then I get tired of sitting beside him making money while me I'm not making money. So I was just like, oh. Then I got the idea of picking bottles. So I was picking cans around Jumbo. I bought bus tickets, which I give me opportunity to go out almost every day because I can't just keep on sleeping inside. And I keep on going to Jumbo Mall. Or wherever I see people, I just know that I'll get bottles. I started picking up bottles like 10 euros per day. I started giving myself tasks 10 euros per day. Then I make sure I make 10 euros per day. Then in 7 days, that's 70 euros. Then 140, 2 weeks. So that was I was able to make my rent there. Then along the line when I was picking the bottle, I actually met my luck. I met a person who was able to help me. I told him about my problem that I need a job. So he was able to fix me on a job like, oh, I should just come and start something doing. Then I started going there to work 4 hours, 3 hours. So from there, and it wasn't easy, but I keep on pushing and believe that okay, one day it's still going to be better. Though I'm not there yet, but from the bottle I pick every day, that was where I met someone that was able to help me. And after I wasn't I don't even have a good how will I say I don't have the idea of where I'm going, but the person was able to even help me to retain my stay and longer stay in Finland till today. But it's not easy. But I'm still there, and I still want to thank the person for helping me. But that's just my story, in short. All right, thank you. Yo, yo.
Yes, so ẹ kú wájú. Ẹnìkan ti ní ká sọ Yorùbá, bóyá kí èmi bá yín sọ Yorùbá. Kí lẹ béèrè gan-an? Of course, anybody cannot join you because this is on a Yoruba platform. La fi link yìí sí. So it's a program within us. Oh, really? Ah, I never knew. Okay, kí ni ẹ ní ká sọ ná? Explain. Yeah. Ah. I don't think I'm the best person to talk about that because I came and met my husband. For the first 4 years I was here, I didn't do anything. I gave birth to 2 children within 4 years. I was at home. I was being taken care of. So I don't think I'm a good story. I'm not Binu. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, because I came with maybe about 5 month pregnancy, right? So I couldn't even do so much. I was supposed to go to school, but that cultural shock here, me my song pipe because yes, I think I came around late September. Ah, Tani o wa mọ̀ Okay. Okay, yeah. Camera. Okay, allow this time. Sorry, phone number. Yes. Uh-huh. So I came around September. Ìgbà yẹn gan dẹ̀ rí. Winter ò tíì bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni. But even at that, it was still so cold for me compared to where I was coming from. I was supposed to start my master's in Tampere. My husband was in Helsinki. Okay. The following day I came, we went to Tampere to go and register. I accepted the admission and all the rest. We came back to Helsinki, where I came back at Lobere school. I was just like, Eminika, you will be in Helsinki. I will be in Tampere. How do I even navigate? And I was pregnant, about 5 or 6 month pregnancy. In fact, cutting the long story short, I just couldn't be where my husband wasn't. Like, we now be living separately again. I've not adjusted. I just had to postpone that admission for that year. You know, even then it wasn't real it wasn't real winter, but I was just complaining to my husband, Nigeria next year. You know, it was just too strange. It was just like, even though he has been telling me how things were, but you won't understand until you come here. Because bó ṣe lè ṣàlàyé fún yàn tó bó ṣe rí ṣáàjà máa lọ ìlú èbó náà ni màṣá tẹ̀lé ẹ lọ náà ni, you know. So yeah, so òtútù yẹn it was my own first weather shock or whatever. Before we got used to it, before we knew the appropriate clothes to be buying in the market, àwọn aṣọ kan wà tá máa jura wọn lọ, you know, things like that. So then that was just my own story. I gave birth, yeah. And then while you are taking care of a child here, you can't do much. Maybe after like 1.5 years, that someone told me fellow language school or whatever, I discovered that I was pregnant again, you know. So I was given letter for language school to start. So when I was supposed to start language school, that second pregnancy was around 7 months again. I was like, even if I were to start the language school now, me ní ṣe ju 1 month lọ tí màá tún ti sọ pé mo fẹ́ gba Loma. I had to reject that one and say, Emma Binu, I won't be able to go. So I just I gave my time, and it is just one of the advice, not one fan when if you find yourself in that situation, especially I will be boya motherhood stage la bara wa. And to ba le ṣe, if you have someone that could take care of any sùúrù, ẹ parí journey of that motherhood, there be whatever mo pe fẹ́ rush ọmọ yẹn. Because many people, boya language school tó yẹ kán lọ àbí integration period tó yẹ kán ṣe gan láàrin ọdún méjì àbọ̀dún mẹ́ta, along the line pé à ń lóyún à ń bímọ, ẹlòmíì lò 6 years níbẹ̀. I have practical experience of people that were like that. So sometimes I tell people, if you know you want to be in the motherhood session for like 3-4 years, ẹ kúkú ṣòwò ọmọ yẹn tán. You know, if you have someone that can take care of you, after that, you can now start maybe the integration period, ẹ fẹ́ lọ language school, ẹ fẹ́ ṣàmàtì, ẹ fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́, wà á ti mọ̀ pé ò ní anything tó ń obstruct it. So that's just my own story. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. I just want to chip in an advice. I think we should also create a day within ourselves, especially those who have been there for quite a while. If it is possible, if there are some winter clothes that we think, okay, we are not using anymore, could be of benefit to the newcomers, that would be nice. It's a bittersweet experience why I said this. You know, Finland has been everything new to me. The first embassy, first time I bought the flights. So I could remember back then when I wanted to buy a winter jacket. So I went to Alaba market. Then the Igbo guy said, selling the clothes to me, only that winter jacket. No, I put it on and said, he just shouted, Emeka, come on, come on. At first I was scared. Oh, no, man, see this winter jacket for this guy had. Emeka just said, guy, take her. Be like, so you both man look and do it for you. But, but reality check. One, at the airport, I know I was looking completely different. I was looking completely different. Not even getting to Finland. That was not winter jacket. I don't know what to call it. So I would strongly advise Ejo within ourselves. Whenever we have some clothes, instead of us getting rid of them or giving to this feeder or anything, if we can put it aside, I can volunteer to always wash them if people want. Wash them, make them crispy and nice. Whenever we have newcomers, these are one of those things we should share with our newcomers that, okay, please get so and so thing when you are coming. In case you don't have, okay, this is a place that we can easily give to you because these things are very, very important. That's just my own humble submission. Thank you very much, everybody.
Sorry, I'm very sorry. Okay. Hey, Jonah Pariwo. Sorry. Yeah. So yeah, I've been contemplating whether to talk or not to talk, but I think so. Yeah, so I think it will be encouraging because my own advice would be that we should not for everyone going through one thing or the other, we should not allow negative information to sink in. So for me, I came as a student and I think I got admission in 2020 and it was a time where we had to study online. So I had done 1 year and it was remaining the final year. So by the time it was time for the final year, I was able to travel down. But I came with my kids, 1 year and 3 year old. So I was studying, and after 3 months of getting a daycare place for my kids, I was able to get a job, a cleaning job. So I had zero contract. But the good thing is that I came with money. So I was able to pay my rent for a while. So I graduated 2022 December, but before then I'd already gotten regular hours, I think about 25 hours for my cleaning. So I was now doing the cleaning like full time and it was hell. Till tomorrow, anybody that's saying, oh, I'll come with the children, my husband can come later, I draw their ears. Don't try it. It is difficult. Don't ever try it because everything was, everyone was saying shock. Everything was just doing me like shock, 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 shock. I will wake my kids up at 5 a.m. These are kids that can't do anything for themselves. Wake them 5 a.m. Start beating them, dressing or be at the daycare 6:15, 6:20 to commute to work. And they'll be the last to leave the daycare 5:30. Sometimes they're calling me on the road. So it was really hell. And eventually, my husband got his resident permit. Mind you, while I was doing all of this cleaning job, I was applying for professional jobs. But I was too tired to put enough effort. So I was just using the same CV for any job. No time. Sometimes I don't even write cover letter. And God did it. My husband came. And when he came, I had to reduce the hours. I had to reduce the hours of clean because you can't clean from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come back and sit in front of a computer. Your whole body is in pains. It's hard. So yeah, I had to reduce the hours. In fact, I changed company totally to another company that will allow me to start 6 a.m. So by 12, I'm done for the day, or 1, I'm done for the day. So I gave myself targets. In that target, I ensure that I'm going to apply for 3 jobs every day, quality jobs. And it was a target. That 3 jobs, I'm using, if I've applied for 100 jobs, I must have used 100 CVs, different CVs. So I was using different CVs. I was searching for jobs. And most of the jobs were jobs that were posted that same day. That same day. So that is the idea of applying every day. There are jobs that are posted every day. And then they write it there that they would employ as soon as they find. So if you say you are coming 3 days after, maybe the first day they've already seen somebody or the second day. So I have to apply every day, use different CV, and I use what's it called? There's this Europass CV. So I'm able to save my profile and just keep editing and changing and tweaking. So it's very easy. So I use that Europass CV. I go on Indeed.com to look for English jobs. And I kept doing that. If my husband had come April, I did that for how many months? May, June, July. I think by June, I already got my first and only interview by June. So because I was applying every day, and as God will have it, I scaled through, and that's the job I've been doing since 2023. So the lessons from my story is that when I came, I remember people were saying, it's impossible. If you don't learn Finnish, you cannot get a professional job. If you don't, in this Finland, these people are just, you see PhD, they'll do cleaning for 5 years. They keep saying they are not lying, it's the realities. But those that were around me would know that when people are saying that, I keep saying my story will be different, my case will be different. If the other say, my own will be different, you will never hear me say, Finland is hard, Finland is difficult. I will never use my mouth to say anything negative. But that's one thing I want us to do. Don't say negative things, no matter how hard this reality is. Don't join anybody to say anything negative. I don't know anybody in Finland when I was coming. I don't know anybody in the place I'm currently working in. My working language is English. I don't use Finnish. So if God can do it for me, he can do it for you too. So be positive, keep grinding, and keep applying for jobs every day. Even if it's one quality job, good cover letter, good CV. And another thing, when you receive rejections, if there are phone numbers in that rejection, like a name and phone number, call them back. Ask them, I applied for the position of this. I received the notification that I wasn't successful. There were no reasons why. Could you tell me why my application was not successful? And they would tell you, I made such calls and they were telling me, this was the reason why, this was the reason why. Somebody was telling me recently also that they had to go online to Google and ask AI, tell me companies that are currently recruiting for the position of this in Finland that do not require English language. And companies were listed out and he was calling them, sending CV to them. So it just takes a lot of grit and effort for us to, to get to where we are going. It might take time, but with prayers and our effort, God will do it. Thank you.
Oh, I greet everybody and I've listened to a lot of inspiring stories here today, particularly the one that Sister Tonya has spoken, Brother Dayo and host of others, Timothy Go, very inspiring. Moripe, in fact, people really tried a lot, they struggled. Láti pé so that they become somebody tí ó pé they want to be in this country. My own story is a bit different. I won't say that I struggle so much like that, but at the same time, no, I also struggled. I got I started with PhD and I got it right from Nigeria. So in Nigeria, I was a research scientist, having worked for like close to 10 years. So I got this PhD call through a WhatsApp group post. So I was fortunate that one of our fellows back then was working here as a postdoc, even though I had never met her before, but she posted it on that platform that particular day. So I picked it up that, okay, whoever is interested in this post should send message to her. There is a position in the University of Helsinki Department of Forest Sciences that whoever is interested should send application. So I was about going to work that day. My wife was delaying. You know what how women do? Let me put this thing there. Let me pack this food or things like that. So along the line, I think while waiting for her, that was when I was actually able to focus on the post and read what it entailed. So I got this call, so I sent my CV and everything, so and I was selected. I started the journey back then, so and I got it eventually. So to cut the long story short, yeah. Okay, thank you, sir. So I was eventually selected. So right from Nigeria, I had already gotten my pay slip was already waiting for me. My check was waiting for me. So but before then, I'd never experienced this kind of thing before. Leaving home, and that was actually the first time I would travel out of the country. So I was just like I only travel within our southwest Nigeria, and maybe yes, brief experience traveling to maybe to the north during my NYSC year. So that was my experience then. So when I was about to leave, I was not. Sometimes then I was even praying that maybe it should not even come true because I don't want to leave my family. Yeah, yes. So then I called my friends, my friend in Canada. Those one there was one in the UK, one in Israel. I told them. So when I explained to them that this is what I got this, they said, "Oh wow! Even though that country they don't speak English, but you can still manage." So they were just encouraging me. So I left. So when I got to Finland, it was very boring. I was not a type that likes to sit at home. I liked walking around. When I was in Nigeria, I rarely stay at home, go out, watch football, like I only stay at home maybe in the evening like that. But the terrible winter condition humbled me. So I had to stay at home, nobody to talk to. So in the quest of I need more people to talk to. I'd already spoken with somebody from Nigeria that, okay, please, you know anybody in Finland? They connected me with one of his friends. So the person that connected was my brother, my cousin. So, but unfortunately, when I got to Finland, I contacted the person, visited the person. But one thing is very surprising about Yoruba people, and it's very concerning. People don't want to help each other. To visit somebody so that I will feel this atmosphere of having somebody around me. So that was what I actually requested from him. So then I told him that again, I would like to bring my family to this country, but what I'm actually earning now was not enough to do it. So if he has any job that he knows I can use to complement the meager one I was collecting, he said no problem. So I got back home. So he took me to the train station, the nearest train station. Then I navigated my way back home, even though it was very difficult. Imagine somebody going from Helsinki to Espoo within 3 or 4 days that you just got to Finland. The dressing was not appropriate. Yeah, it was totally wrong. At some point I was thinking that am I even normal, because my hand, everything got frozen. So everything, that was when I realized that if you get frozen at some point, you'll be feeling some heat. That where are these heat coming from? So, and if you dip your hand inside water, it becomes more terrible. So I got back home. The person did not even ask me again that did you get back home safely or something. I called back. I'm already at home now. I tried to call him like 1 or 2 times after. That okay, thank you for the other time. Thank you for this. Please don't forget what I asked you. He promised to send me a job link. Through my constant quest, he sent the link. And since then, he never bothered to check on me. He never bothered to check on me. So at some point, I felt sick, and I now realized that this is 2 weeks since I started this thing. So this person did not check. So I just forget about him. So I was alone. So The next experience I now had was a terrible one. I was working in the midst of Finnish, I was the only black person in the group, the only black person. Even if you say good morning, I managed to learn Uomenta. If you say Uomenta, they will not even answer you. Yes, they will not even answer you, nothing. If you ask somebody for help in the lab, they don't want to show you anything like that. So I now decided to take to myself, okay, this is what I will do. I will start reading. I read very well that I will not talk to anybody. When I get to lab, I don't greet again. I try to jack up what I was doing. So till after like 1 year, I managed to make my first publications. So all those people that now like saw me very irritating, that okay, this person is black, they were now trying to make their way to me. Oh, we saw this, you did this, how did you do this? So what I'm now trying to say there is that, so at some point, even if people try to reject you because of this, our race, so don't reject yourself. Try to upgrade yourself, your knowledge. Try to learn what you think you don't know, you may not know. So at some point, people will not have any choice but to associate with you. So it is very, very important. So to cut a long story short, if you get to a country like this and let's say the first move you are making is trying to associate with, let's say I want to meet these white people. So if you are getting rejection from them, it can throw you to a turmoil of what you don't even expect. You can even you can even find yourself in a depressed mood because you are expecting this, but you are getting the opposite. So the best thing is just to stay to yourself and just keep pushing. So once people see that you are achieving success, they will find you. So it is very important. So that's just it I'm able to share about my story. So it's not so interesting like how other people have said, but so I believe what people will be able to pick 1 or 2 things from it. Thank you for listening. Yeah.
Yes, I want to say something about the CV. So the reason why I use Yorubas is that I'm able to edit it easily because you have a profile, you can save different versions. Then the reason why you need to change your CV is because nowadays companies use like AI or machines or whatever to streamline the CVs that they receive. And one thing I know is that, hey, stop making noise. One thing I know is that it uses keywords. So in the job description, they said they want this, they want this, they want this, and then in your CV, those things do not appear at all. So if they are cutting down CVs, that's one of the CV that will go off because you don't even have any keyword in your CV. So if they want somebody that, for example, can use let's say AutoCAD or Oracle or something, and Oracle is not mentioned anywhere in your CV, it's going to be dropped. So the essence of changing is to match the job description, and that's why you can't use the same CV for the next job advert. So if you see this job, everything in your CV has to match. It's not like you are lying, but there's a way you would write it that is going to match what is there. Anything that is not relevant, you don't put it. So that's the reason why we have different CV for each job application.
Hello. Yes. Hello. Yes. Yeah. Oh, okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Bonda Kin, and as I've heard Dio spoke, everyone has a story, So, and thank you all for being part of this because the best way for us to know is for us to have a group like this and share our experiences because another person can learn from it. And everybody don't, as I always said, only 5 fingers why you dogba because to ba work fún àwọn èèyàn ó ní àwọn míì tí ò lè work fún And I think basically I can only share my own experience for other people too who might be in that position, for them to understand. Then I also wanted to second Tesli because when I heard his story, even before I met him, it was just a wonderful story you know, to actually hear that somebody he was picking bottles and somebody he didn't know, but he just walked, towards that person and asked, like, please, I need help, and blah, blah, blah. And that person, regardless of where he's from, because the person who really helped him, I know him very well, he's from Delta State. And he didn't even think about it that, this guy is Yoruba. He called him, and if Tesli is there, Tesli can. Ah, sorry. Okay, now you know me. So and he told me about this guy. He called me, said, I met somebody who is Yoruba. Maybe it's somebody you need to know, blah, blah, blah. But this is what happened. And he was just talking about how well he's going to see how he can help him. And and I'm really so thankful to hear that he has gotten somewhere with his, you get what I'm saying? So that's just part of some people's story. People don't have that same story, as I said. But for me, when I came to Finland, I think I did not even realize that because I came with a different story. I came for my childhood friend's wedding, and I did not plan to stay in Finland before. But one way or the other, somehow, I ended up staying. And what somebody approached me was like, "Oh, you're staying. You should go and marry an old man." To get your stay. I was like, no, why an old man? I need to know this mentality of, because that's what some people have been doing then back then, marrying old people. And I was like, this is no, I can't do such. Then then I was like, well, I just submitted myself to the immigration. I filled the paper and all that kind of thing because I couldn't live here illegally. So, but alongside, I met my husband, and when I met my husband, we were dating, and I remember somebody was telling me, say, who is this? I say, it's my boyfriend. Then I said, how did you marry? I mean, how do you meet this young boy? I was like, what do you mean, young boy? I like, yeah, everybody's marrying old people now. And everybody is being with old. I said, what? No, this mindset has to stop. I'm not, this is not a good thing. Don't, let's just be careful of who advises you. You have to know what you want for yourself. Luckily for me, as Dio too, I did not have anyone back home. So that I was dating presently at that time. I think maybe that's why it was much easier for me, with my partner. And regardless of that, I had money with me, yeah, which I knew that I could live on and to see what's the next thing for me to do. So I started learning more from people's testimony, yeah. They can advise you, but you just have to listen, and try not to fall into people's trap. Some people, you are right, doctor. Some people are there, uh, they will welcome you in the beginning. There at some point they will leave you behind, and they won't even want to follow up your progress in that country, in this country, and all that. And which is a shame from us as Nigerians, because when we call ourselves Nigerians, we're supposed to be together. But for me, I was just grateful that God was just on my side. And I started thinking of how can I integrate. Then I started learning things about the country. I started asking questions. everywhere. Even when I studied human resources in Nigeria, which I was working as as human resource manager in a telecommunication, yeah, before I came here. So I went to I was now wondering, how can I study more, or how can I know more about what to do? And I went to Helsinki University. I went to meet a counselor there. So I went to meet the counselor and I said, hey, this is what I have, blah, blah, blah. And the counselor just told me that, this is Finland. And with this kind of job, you have to understand the language. And she explained everything to me, which I really totally understand. I understood it very well that, okay, yeah, we speak Finnish here, but at least for this kind of job, I have to learn the language. Yeah. So I did not take it otherwise. To me, it was just a great advice for me that, like, if you want to integrate, you have to actually, try to know something about the language. So what I did first was I started buying courses, Finnish courses, because then I didn't have my permit. So I started buying Finnish courses, and and from there, gradually, then on to I was able to get my permit. Then still studying Finnish language. Then from there, I did not immediately go into any job, because I didn't just want to do any job. I think that's why I said everybody's story is different, and it all depends on what you have and your condition at that moment. For me, I was able to manage because I have some money with me, and by the grace of God, I also had my family also sending me money. So it was a bit easy for me to stand on my feet. So and I concentrate on the language first. Then by so doing, then I got into school, which I now started studying more. So yeah, as I said, and in terms of helping people too, I was able to try and help people. When I see people coming, I'll give them my jacket. As Daria said, I think is a good idea, even if I thought it might not necessarily be maybe jackets or anything, warm clothes or anything. It could be anything. It could be shoes, it could be bags, it could be uh, um, chairs, it could be cushion, which I have done to people I've seen. Then also, some people are so biased too. Even when they came, I met with someone through somebody called me and said, my Enyon is coming, oh, please, can you attend to him? Then I met him, I welcomed him. He went to Turuku. Then when the wife came, I said, I have jackets, so can I give to your wife? Immediately, the way the guy spoke to me, like as if I want to give him poison, or I want to give him something. So it's not everybody that is open. Let's just be open-minded to everything, Let's be open-minded. Don't be closed-minded. Once you are closed-minded, Finland, you will not go far in this country if you are closed-minded. So, and ask questions all the time. Ask questions. There are some people here, they will not tell you the truth, oh. Yeah. Even to an extent, somebody confronted me one day and said, why are you helping people? Let them suffer. I said, no. It's not in my character, and it will not be the first, and I will not be doing such a thing. You get what I'm saying? That is why even some people, I don't even know them, they send me message. I say, somebody told me about you, and please, I need information about this building. I will just send. I don't know the person. I don't save the number. I just send to them, because for me, I was just fortunate to have that wisdom to see how I can integrate into society. And part of it is I did not say, I want to go and look for friends. For 2 good years, I was just away from people. Not that it was an intentional thing, but because I wanted to integrate on my own without people giving me bad advice. But I listened to other people's advice, which is good. Though. That's why I say everybody's story is different. Though, if it works for A, that doesn't mean it works for B. But for me, that's the way it worked for me. For 2 good years, I did not mingle with people. because I wanted to stand on my feet. I wanted to crawl by myself before I can start, integrating with other maybe Nigerians or whatever. I just held on to my childhood friends and to my boyfriend at that time that now is my husband. All right. Thank you. I think I'll stop from there because my story is long. Thank you very much. Yes. Oh, that's why I said that the story is too long. So let me just make it short. Thank you for that. Yes.